Okay, sorry yun, nasa meeting lang ako kanina. I'm in a meeting earlier. So, let's start. So, we'll continue our discussion with conduction heat transfer. And now, we will have some example for the spherical. So, we are done with planar and cylindrical. So, we will focus on spherical geometry today. So, and also, we will discuss the concept of thermal resistance. So this is our objective. So to determine the expressions for the temperature distribution and heat transfer rate in common spherical geometries and to introduce the concept of thermal resistance and to apply heat transfer and thermal resistance concepts in problem solving. So let's start. Let's jump to spherical geometries. Okay. So as you can see on our screen, we have here a spherical tank. This is an ASME tank, which is usually common in refineries. So here, as you can see, this is made up of a metal with sphere. So if the fluid is hot inside, so we have to provide insulation for safety. So this kind of equipment, a spherical tank, is covered by the ASME boiler and pressure vessel code. So we design based on ASME standard, ASME code. So as I have said, it is common on the refineries and other petrochemical plants. So what about the sphere? So we now consider applying the alternative method to analyzing conduction in the hollow sphere. So as you can see, this is our figure for the sphere. So we have a hollow sphere. So for the differential control volume of the figure, energy conservation requires that QR equals Q of R plus dr. So for steady state, one-dimensional conditions with no heat generation, so the appropriate form of Fourier's law is QR equals negative KA dt over dr. So this is a Fourier's law. So last time I discussed to you the applications of this equation. So it is also applicable to spherical geometry. So we'll just have to change the coordinates from the direction. Now it's radial direction. That's why it's dr. And the area, so for plane geometry, so we just have the area is just length times width. So but for spherical, so the area is 4 pi r squared. So this is our formula for determining the rate of heat transfer for spherical geometry of a one-dimensional heat transfer steady state at radial direction. So area is 4 pi r squared. So integrating this equation, so we will come up with this equation 3.4. So this is assuming that K is constant. So we can obtain this equation. So QR equals 4 pi K multiplied by delta T, which is the TS1 minus TS2. So where is TS1? So in this figure, for example, and this is for conduction. So we have TS1 is the temperature of the surface inside. TS2 is the temperature of the surface outside. So that's why we have TS1 minus TS2 all over 1 over R1 minus 1 over R2. So this is our equation 3.4. Okay? So for thermal resistance for conduction, we have this formula 1 over 4 pi k multiplied by 1 over R1 minus 1 over R2. So from the equation Q equals delta T all over R, and so we can determine the R, which is delta T all over Q. Okay, so yeah, this is our equation for thermal resistance for conduction. So note that the temperature distribution and equation in 3.4 and 3.41 could have been obtained by using standard approach, which begins with the appropriate form of the equation. So spherical composites may be treated in much the same way as composite walls and cylinders. So where appropriate forms of the total resistance and overall heat transfer coefficients may be determined. So same with our previous approach, we determine the total thermal resistance. So or we determine the summation of the total thermal resistance, and then we can from that we can obtain the rate of heat transfer. So we just have to divide the overall temperature difference versus all over the total thermal resistance. So as you can see in our formula. Okay. So this is for conduction. For convection, we will just use the formula for convection. So which is 1 over HA. 1 R R for convection, RC equals 1 over H1 or HA. So that's the formula for convection. And our area here is where A equals 4 pi R squared. Yan. So yan yung ating formula for convection. So we have formula for conduction, and then we have formula for convection. So we have equals 1 over. Okay. So let's have some problems here. So a hollow sphere with inner and outer radii of R1 and R2 respectively is covered with a layer of insulation having an outer radius of R3. Derive an expression for the rate of heat transfer through the insulated sphere in terms of the radii, the thermal conductivities, the heat transfer coefficients, and the temperature of the interior and surrounding medium of the sphere. Okay, so kindly solve this problem. I will give you 5 minutes to solve this problem, or let's say 10 minutes, and then we will discuss. So here, a hollow sphere is, as you can see, I've already provided the figure for the hollow sphere. So inside the sphere, there is a fluid moving, a hot fluid. So it transfers its heat to the hollow sphere with material, let's say metal. And then from that, the heat, there is also another layer of insulation outside the sphere. So that's why we have R3, which is the radius of insulation. R1 is the inside radius of the sphere, and R2 is the outside radius of the sphere. So we also have TS1, which is the temperature of the surface inside. Ts2 is the temperature of surface outside. So we have T infinity 1 in the, okay, let's just put here. So inside the sphere, there is a fluid. So we have to show that there is a temperature, T infinity. So on. So this is for, this T infinity one is for the fluid inside the sphere. And then T infinity 2 is the fluid outside. So perhaps there is okay. Also, this is for the air, just to be specific. So this temperature is for the temperature of the air outside the sphere, so outside the insulation. So the given is an insulated hollow sphere with radius inner surface of the sphere R1, outer surface of the sphere R2, outer surface of insulation R3. So these are the given radius. We have to find the expression for the rate of heat transfer. So as I have told you, this is the formula for the rate of heat transfer. So given that a hollow sphere, so you have to find the expression for the rate of heat transfer given the radius and the temperatures. Assumptions: steady state heat transfer, conduction in the radial direction only, and constant thermal conductivities. So yeah. Okay, so kindly solve this problem, and I will call somebody to share his solution on this class. So please be prepared. I will give you 5 minutes to solve this problem. Okay, so let's begin. Who wants to volunteer? Okay, no one wants to volunteer. May nakatapos na ba? Or ongoing pa? Okay, so yeah. So since no one wants to volunteer, so I'll just discuss. So uh, assumptions, so steady state heat transfer, conduction in radial direction only, and constant thermal conductivities. So this is our sketch. As you can see here in our sketch, so we have here a fluid inside the sphere. So we have fluid outside and fluid inside. So that's why we have Ti and To. So we have R1, which is the radius of the sphere. R2 is the outside radius. R3 is for the insulation. So we have two thermal conductivities here because we have two materials. So we have the thermal conductivity for the sphere and thermal conductivity for the insulation. So let us assign some nomenclatures. So K12 is the thermal conductivity of the sphere. So K23, so 1 2 because the sphere's radius is from point 1 to point 2. So R1, R2. So 1 2. For the sphere, for the insulation, we have the thermal conductivity 23, K23. So it's up to you what number, numerical or letters that you will assign. For 2 3 we have, because insulation starts from surface 2 going to outside, or 3. 3 is the outside radius. So from R2 to R3, so that's the insulation. So we have K23, or the thermal conductivity of the insulation. So H1 is the interior heat transfer coefficient. H1. So it's inside. Each one is inside. It is the interior heat transfer coefficient of, let's say, a steam. So inside the sphere is a steam. So H3 is the exterior heat transfer coefficient. So probably an air moving outside the sphere. So we have air here. So that's TO, temperature of the exterior medium. So we have TO also for the air, and TI for the steam. So yun, H3 for the exterior heat transfer coefficient. So yun nga, may fluid tayo dito, so we have convection. So that's why we have H1 and H3. H1 is for the inside, H3 is for the outside. Thermal circuit. So we have to provide a thermal circuit for every problem that you will solve. So this is the most important, one of the most important part of the schematic diagram. So from Ti going to To, so from the temperature of the our source, from the temperature of the steam inside, so this is our source, going to that temperature of the air, there is a heat transfer that occurs due to temperature difference, and the overall temperature difference is from Ti going to To. So there is a heat transfer that occurs. At the same time, there's also a thermal resistance that occurs. So that's why you have to make a thermal circuit here. So it goes along with the heat transfer rate. So for the first thermal resistance, we have RCI, which is a thermal resistance for convection. So because we have convection here inside the sphere. The next one is thermal resistance for conduction at 1 to 2. So this is for the sphere, conduction of the sphere. So the heat will transfer from the steam going to the surface of the inside surface of the sphere going to the outside surface of the sphere. So from R1 going to R2. So that's why we have RK12. We have RK23 because we have a conduction from the outside of the sphere going to the insulations outside. So that's why we have 2, 3. So anything naman na symbol, you can use it. So it's up to you. It's up to your preference or it's your prerogative to use any symbols or numbering here just to avoid confusion. So next one is the RC3. This is the thermal resistance for convection. This is for this outside the sphere. So we have air moving here. So that's why we also have a thermal resistance for convection. So RCI is the formula. The formula for RCI is 1 over 4 pi r squared. So 1 over HA. So that's RCI, RC1 rather. So 1 over HA. So it's always a positive value. Okay, so we have to use the absolute value. Absolute. So the value should be positive always for the thermal resistances. And then we have for the conduction, we have two conduction, RK12 and RK23. So from this formula, this is our thermal resistance for conduction, 1 over 4 pi k multiplied by 1 over R1 minus 1 over R2. So we just have to get the least common denominator. And the least common denominator is this one. Yeah, this is the least common denominator. Just ignore the capitalization of R. So yeah, but it's the same. So this is our least common denominator. So when we multiply it by 1, by R1, so R2 will remain. I mean, when we divide it by R1, so R2 will remain. And when we divide it by R2, R1 will remain. So yeah, just have to get the least common denominator to simplify this equation. So same case with RK23, just get the least common denominator. So for RC3, so this is a convection heat transfer. So same as RC1, we have to get the thermal resistance for convection using Newton's law of cooling. 1 over HA is our formula. So 1 over H3 times 4 pi R squared, R3. Okay, so the rate of heat transfer will be delta T over R total. So we have delta T over the summation of RC1 plus RK12 plus RK23 plus RC3. Okay, and simplifying that, we have delta T all over, substitute all the values of R1, 2, RK1, 2, 2, 3, C3, and RC1. So yeah, you just have to substitute this value, the value to this equation. Then you can simplify it. So you can put the 1 over 4 pi outside because it is common to all the equations. Okay, so simplifying it, we will arrive at this equation. Q equals 4 pi delta T all over this long summation of thermal resistances. So this is our final answer. Okay. So is there any one of you who solve who had a chance to solve this problem? Did you solve by your own? And did you get the same answer? Okay, so Miguel, Leandro, Joson. So can you share your solution so we can check what's the difference? So we can check where's the error on your solution. Can you share it on our class?
Sir, sobrang layo po ng sagot.
Okay, it's okay. So we'll just check it so it will be corrected. So can you share your screen?
Ay, sir, ano, pwede bang gigiting ko na lang po?
Ano 'yon?
Pwedeng ibanggitin ko na lang po.
Do you
Naka-cellphone lang
have
po kasi din ako ngayon.
so you're using your phone. So can you take a photo of your solution?
Wait po.
Okay, and then can you share it here? So we'll check where's the error on your solution.
Sir, pwede po ba i-send na lang sa GC?
Yeah, you can
Nandiyan
send it on
nandun po
GC.
kayo sa GC namin, ano, sir?
Yeah.
Sige,
I'll
send ko
just
na lang po doon.
okay. So please send it on the GC. Thank you.
Sir, wait po, hinahanap ko po yung GC. Naglalag po internet ko.
Okay. So yeah, just take your time.
Sir, yung po, na-send po.
Okay, I received it. So
Ang hindi ko lang po nagawa doon eh, hindi ko po nalipat yung 4 pi po doon sa pinaka-numerator po.
mm-hmm. Let me check. Okay. Okay, so can you see my screen? So can you see the solution? So can you explain your solution? So how do you arrive at this equation? So can you see my screen? In fairness, you have a clean solution, so you didn't trial and error. So I think it's up to here. Yeah, it's up to this point. So okay. So I think you just didn't simplify your equation. So how about others? Have you solved it? Who among didn't get this solution? This one. Taji, did you understand this is the entire solution?
Yes po.
Okay, thank you. Uh, okay, so if you don't have any questions, so I will proceed with the next example. So in your module, I think there is an example problem for spherical. So I'll just paste here. Yan. So example, a thin walled metallic container is used to store liquid nitrogen at 77 Kelvin. So the container has a diameter of zero point 0.5 meter and is covered with an evacuated reflective insulation composed of silica powder. Say the insulation is 25 thick and its outer surface is exposed to ambient air at 300 Kelvin. The convection coefficient is known to be 20 watt per square meter Kelvin. The latent heat of vaporization and the density of liquid nitrogen are 2 times 105 joule per kilogram and 804 kilogram per cubic meter respectively. So what is the rate of heat transfer to liquid nitrogen and what is the rate of liquid boil off? So when we say liquid boil off, it's the evaporation or vaporization of a liquid due to heat applied. Okay, so I will give you enough time to solve for this problem and then we will discuss later. So I will call somebody who will volunteer for the solution. Okay, so please solve on your seat. And then after solving, so please send to our GC your solution. So the first one to send the solution, I will give additional points for the midterm exam. So for those who will not send the solution, so it will be an automatic deduction, I think. Yeah. So because it, it is better that that you are also solving this on your own, this problem on your own. So please work on it and I will check your solution. So I will give you maybe 10 minutes to solve for this problem. So it's just the same as what we have discussed. You'll just apply the formula for the spherical geometry. Okay, so please solve. Okay, so let's begin. So, can you share your solution? Pantoja Mariel, are you here? Pantoja Mariel? Mariel? Pantoja? Absent? Lianto Aramey. Lianto Aramey. Yep. Ayun. Can you share your solution? Okay. So I'll wait for you. So we'll just wait for Ara to share her solution. Okay. So yeah, I received the uh, 13.06 is your solution, is your final answer. So let's check. So what is known in the problem? Temperature of tin walled container. Of container. Diameter. Insulation thickness. Temperature of ambient air. And we have the convection coefficient. Latent heat of vaporization and density. Yan. So, yan yung ating known. So, what is find or what is required? So, rate of heat transfer to the liquid nitrogen and rate of liquid boil off. Okay, so yeah, so that's our required. So yeah, can you explain your solution, Aramay? So how do you come up with this final answer 13.06? Can you explain it? Assumption, steady state, and constant thermal conductivity. Okay, so ang assumptions natin, same lang kaninang problem. Okay, Ara, are you here? So can you explain your solution? Okay, thank you. So yeah, can you explain? How did you come up? Hindi nagana yung mic mo. So, okay, I found another one here in the. So you have different answer. Ovire. Sino si Ovire?
Si Tujay, sir.
Okay, Taji. So Taji, can you? I'll just paste your solution. Wait. I'll download it. So you got a little different answer because Aramay got 13.06 watts and you got 34.9 734. So can you explain to us how you come up with this answer?
Um, First, I tried to solve using the convection, which
Mm-hmm.
is 1 over 4 pi k, multiply 1 over r1 minus 1 over r2,
Okay.
which I used T infinity for that, and which is 300 Kelvin. And I used 0 0.5 meters and the 0.25 meters because I convert the to meters per. Then after I got the answer, I did the calculation for the convection, which I used the formula 1 over 4 pi r square h. And after getting the answer, I used delta t over r total. That's what I did, Paul. I don't know if it's correct.
Okay. Thank you, Taji. So yeah, your method is correct. So regarding uh, this is RT for conduction, right? Yung 1 over 4 pi k.
Yes, Paul.
Okay, so that's for conduction, and you also have another for convection. So only
Yes,
two
Paul.
thermal resistances, right?
Yes, Paul.
Okay. So and then you add the two thermal resistances, and then the delta
Delta
T,
T,
which is
Paul.
300 minus 77, you divide it to the two thermal resistances.
Paul.
Okay. With regard to ARAS solution, so okay, so you both use the same formula for the total thermal resistances, but okay, so yeah, this one is the what's the difference? Why it's okay? So eh, can you all check which part is correct and which is part is not? So the value of k that you use here is
T infinity, Paul.
this I mean this 4 pi k. So the k value is
300.
300. Okay. So how but here Ara's value is 0.0017. So where did you get Ara the 0.0017? I think yeah, this 300 is the temperature. So it's not thermal conductivity maybe.
Opo, sir. Temperature po yung 300 Kelvin.
Okay, so yeah, I got the difference now. So here Taji used 300 instead of Taji used temperature, which is 300 Kelvin, instead of thermal conductivity, which should be what's the value of thermal conductivity here? There's no given. So Ara, where did you get this 0.0017 watt per meter Kelvin? You can type your solution, your answer on the chat. On the chat box. Okay. K of silica powder. So from the table, okay, so from the table, the silica powder is 0.0017. So, okay. So, okay. So, Taji, you will use this value for K. So, 0.0017 instead of
300.
300. Okay, so
Oh,
yeah, that's yeah. So, but overall, your solution is correct. Your method is correct. We will just have to change the value of K. Instead of 300, it should be 0.0017 for silica powder.
okay,
Okay,
Paul. I'll
okay, so
recalculate.
okay. So, do you have any questions? Did you get our discussions today regarding this spherical? So everything is already here in this lecture, so I'll provide it to you. Also, it is also in your module. If you will go to page 43, I think there's a this problem is also there, and yeah, you just have to provide your solutions. You just have to write your solutions. So yeah.
Where can I see the in the table, Paul?
I'm sharing in the term of physical properties table. You have the green book that I gave
Yes,
you last
Paul.
time. So you just have to find. I'm sharing my screen. Wait. So in Appendix A, can you see? This is a PDF copy, but you in
Yes.
your yeah in your green book you have this also, the Appendix A, Table 8.3. So you just have to find the silica powder. Yeah, okay, silica powder.
0.00017.
Yeah, this one. So table 8.3, insulating materials and systems. So there's a physical properties at 300 Kelvin. So this one is the correct value, 0.0017. Okay?
Okay, Paul.
Okay, so yeah. So do you have any questions? No more. I can I request to open all your camera so I can record the attendance for today. So I'll just take a screenshots of our attendance. Okay. So let me take a screenshot in 3, 2, 1. Okay, thank you. Thank you for attending this class. See you again tomorrow.
Salamat po.
Thank you,
Thank you po.
sir.
Thank you po.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you.